Hello there, I am Zach James, the creator and producer of Yo Mama. And today I want to talk about why in the 9 years we've been making this cartoon series, we've never once animated a Yo Mama So Black joke. Which seems like an odd question to ask, right? Like, why are we not making Black Mama jokes? Well, believe it or not, people do ask us for these jokes. And we've been getting this request since the day we started. But you have to understand that We the Yo Mama series is a cartoon centered around Yo Mama jokes. However, Yo Mama jokes have been around for thousands of years.
William Shakespeare used such a device in Act 1, Scene 1 of Timon of Athens, implying that a character's mother is a bitch.
You're a dog.
Thy mother's of my generation. What she, if I be a dog?
But it wasn't until 1993 when In Living Color became the first well-known TV show to use the modern-day Yo Mama joke.
Now, the host of Wheel of Dozens, Stu Dunphy. Hello and welcome to Wheel of Dozens, where talking trash can get you cash. So when the wheel's turning, it's your mama we're burning.
Yo Mama So Ugly, Yo Mama So Hairy, and of course, Yo Mama So Black.
Come on. Your mama's so black the police shot at her and the bullets came back for flashlights.
Yo Mama joke exploded into pop culture through TV, movies, and of course, the internet. But let us not forget the popular MTV series, Yo Mama.
This is your show. Your mama.
Who's here to pit people against each other from the hood to battle in a competition of roasts to see who can tell the best Yo Mama joke.
Man right here is so black he got a ticket for tinted windows and he was just walking down the street.
The MTV series ended in December of 2007, and along with it, Yo Mama jokes were dead until we came along and kicked the dead horse.
Yo Mama!
Actually, hang on. That is not our first intro. It is the popular intro that everyone's familiar with, but it's not the first one that we've ever animated. This is the first Yo Mama intro ever made. It looks nice, it looks clean, it looks simple, right? Brick walls, sprayed paint, Yo Mama's all edgier looking. Shit, this is some hood stuff, right? And that right there was the problem. That right there was the problem. When we first began writing the series and working on the visuals, I saw this intro and it became very clear to me that we were about to make a big mistake. The Yo Mama joke culture that I grew up with was intertwined with black culture and hood culture.
Your mama.
My mama?
Yeah, your whole family.
Ain't that a look at you. Mama so old, she was there first day of slavery.
And I was getting ready to animate that culture as a white man working with other white men at the time. And that I knew was wrong. I didn't know how big of a cartoon series this was going to be, but I knew at the time I was going through changes of maturity and trying to better understand how to at least be a little bit more responsible. And I knew I did not want to appropriate black culture. That was the beginning of a series of debates and discussions. And to do that, just in an attempt to write Yo Mama jokes in the way that they've been given to us for the last 20 some odd years at the time, just didn't make any sense to me. Yo Mama jokes have been reinvented for thousands of years. We can still do Yo Mama So X jokes, but I have to do it as a white man. And of course, we eventually settled on a character like Brody Fox.
Stupid lady, that's a refreshing beverage! Jeez!
See, that was a character we could identify with to an extent. At least we could write as a YouTuber, as white YouTubers, creating a white YouTuber character. And over time, as the team became more diverse, we, of course, created more diverse characters that not only represented the team and their voices, but it also represented the voices of our own fans. You see, this entire joke series is made off the comments that fans submit to us. We animate your best jokes. We used to get hundreds of Yo Mama So Black jokes every day. I'm not going to say what jokes are and are not funny to the black community. What I am saying is they're not the jokes that we can make. Because I cannot even imagine the impact I could have had If I did not go with my gut instinct 9 years ago, in my opinion, we would have had a negative influence on a generation of voices. And today, with this video, I wanted to do something more than just tell you why we never made these jokes. I also wanted to highlight 2 team members from my studio. Foxy Lee, my voice actress, who plays Strict Mother, and DToons, my animator, who's worked on me with animating and is now working with me on Your Mama. These 2 team members are actively involved in the process of the way that we create our characters and the way that we write our jokes. And because I have these 2 people that are on my team, we've been able to create characters that represent you as a black person without it being a joke about being black.
Get in the freaking car!
With that said, I need to admit that these series of recent events has made it very clear that we as a majority need to take a step back and pause for a moment. And that's what we did. I don't want to upload videos this week. I needed to come to terms of endearment and understanding as it relates to this situation before I can move forward with uploading content. Because I need to do my part. Even though I've done my best as a creator to avoid appropriating black culture, I need to do more than avoiding something. I need to act. And the first thing I want to do is give a $5,000 donation to the Innocence Project. The Innocence Project is a nonprofit legal organization that is committed to exonerating people who they feel were wrongfully convicted. We have had many conversations as it relates to moving forward with reform, moving forward as a society. But we cannot move forward and forget those who have already felt the injustice of our society. This was suggested to me through one of my team members. But I also picked this because I do have a little bit of background in legal. I went through programs in high school. I was groomed for legal and politics. And I participated in a court system called teen court. Teen court was basically teenagers from all the high schools would come to the county courthouse and act as prosecution, defense, and jury when it comes to deciding a fellow teenager's punishment for a crime that they're guilty of. And I had noticed that over time, there were more black students than there were white students that were guilty. One story really stood out to me was a student that went to another high school, a black student who was guilty of assault. He explained that he was a new student at this high school, and for the first semester that he was there, he was bullied, picked on, and racially discriminated against by his own peers. 3 students in particular, white students. To the point where they got physical with him, and he got physical back, and he was just a better fighter. He just happened to be a better fighter. They were not there, but he was. He was sitting right there in front of me as I'm sitting on the jury. And I'm sitting and looking at his mom in the front row. And that mom was not fucking around. You knew she had her shit together. And you knew her son knew to keep his shit together. And here he was right here explaining a racist situation to me. To the entire courtroom. And he's guilty. We went back to deliberate as jury to determine his punishment. Was he going to do volunteer work? Was he going to go take a tour of a prison to determine what violence can get you in trouble with? What else can we come up with? And I looked at my mentor, my high school teacher at the time, and I said, does he have to be guilty? Can we overturn the conviction? With all the evidence and everything that we have right here in front of us, why is he here? So we went back out. I had the paper in my hand. And I read our decision that he was not guilty of assault. I'll never forget the look on that mother's face and his face. And everyone's faces. The judge, too. There was a real judge. And it stood. And it held up. I've seen firsthand that the system is rigged. I didn't go down the legal career route. I went down YouTube cartoons. But I have experiences, I have observations, I have a heart. And I have the balls and courage to stand up for what I believe is right. I hope other influencers can find their own ways to express their own voices as it relates to this. Do what is right. And yes, I do have a charity attached to this so that I can show you that I am donating this money to a good cause. And I know that right now is a really difficult time for a lot of people. However, if you're willing to donate, for every dollar that you donate, I will match an additional $5,000. Bringing in a total of $15,000, $10,000 from me, $5,000 from you, the fans, and whoever else is watching this. And I truly hope that as we move forward to defining what justice is for everybody in this country, we do not forget to serve justice for those who have experienced the injustice of this country. I don't know what else to say.